With Ford having all but abandoned cars, its focus is clearly on crossovers. On this edition of Test Drive, the Ford Ecosport. Ford's switch to crossovers is highlighted by the barrage of new product due by 2020. The reworked Edge and Expedition will be followed by an all-new Escape, Ford Explorer and two new SUVs, including the latest Bronco and an as-yet-to-be-named model. The bottom end of the crossover lineup, well, it's now anchored by the Ecosport. Now the back end of this thing, well, it's kind of a mixed blessing. When you open the swing gate, you've got 592 litres of cargo space with the seats up, which is actually less than the Focus hatchback. However, if you fold the seats down, you end up with a nice flat floor and 1,415 litres. Now the real issue has to do with the swing gate. It is heavy, and if somebody parks a car right about here, that's as much as you can open the swing gate. This thing demands a liftgate. The Ecosport is offered with two engines, the turbocharged 1-litre 3-cylinder with front-wheel drive in the test car and a 166 horsepower 2-litre 4-cylinder with all-wheel drive. The 1-litre 3 pushes 123 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque at 1500 RPM through a 6-speed automatic. Unlike most 3-cylinder engines, the Ecosport does not sound like there's a bag of hammers under the hood. It does, however, lack the refinement of the 4-cylinder engines found in the competition. Now this 1 litre will get the Ecosport to 100 kilometres an hour in 11.2 seconds. That's not going to make your pulse quicken, but it will make your blood boil. This 1 litre's competition, all of them have got larger engines and better highway fuel economy, including the Ford Escape. What's up with that? To get the best out of the 3-cylinder engine means dropping the shifter from drive to sport. While this sharpens the response and gives the Ecosport more driving presence, it does so at the cost of fuel economy. The suspension, while pretty basic, does a good job of isolating the driver from the rigours of a rough road. When pushed through the pylons, the Ecosport's body did roll, but in fairness, much of it was perceived because of the taller driving position. The steering is quick and offers decent feedback, so in the end, the Ecosport finds its way through a corner rather nicely. The cabin of this Ecosport is again somewhat of a mixed bag. On the good side, you've got this Sync 3. It is very efficient, easy to use, although it does have an anomaly. If you've hardwired your iPhone in and you're using Apple CarPlay, you cannot use the built-in navigation system, which is dumb. The bad boils down to the materials and the fact that blind spot monitoring and backup camera are the only two real safety aids. While the Ecosport is new to Canada, it's been sold in other parts of the world for a while. First introduced in Brazil a decade ago, the current model was launched in 2012. This perhaps explains why it feels old when compared to many of its peers. It can also get expensive. The fully dressed SES with all-wheel drive hitting nearly $30,000. You know, there are some things to like about this Ecosport, but price and fuel economy are not in that list. There's an old saying, it pays to shop around, and in this case, it's sage advice.